Oh, hey YouTube, what's really good? My name's Vivid Color, your coach of the South Texas Stabilize, and this is going to be your team builder for week 7 of the PGBL. Week 7, we're going against Mars and the LA LANDORUS. The team that I think they're going to be bringing is up above, and let's just get right into this and discuss it. But before we do that, definitely go check out Mars' channel. The link's going to be in the description down below. Go subscribe and definitely make sure that you watch their side of the battle as well as mine so you can see what both coaches were thinking. All right, so as usual, the Pokemon that I think Mars is going to bring are the top row Pokemon, and then everything else is what he has access to. So the Pokemon I think he's going to bring are Tornadus Therian, Mega Glalie, Keldeo, Scizor, Porygon 2, and Tapu Lele. That being said, this is a terrifying team. The Pokemon that he has access to that I don't necessarily think he'll bring are Lycanroc Midnight, Garbodor, Miltank, Haxorus, and Serena. I can see this Serena coming because it's another spinner and it's another offensive spinner. And well, I say another spinner, it's another hazard remover because Scizor is probably his best hazard remover, but Serena would give him sort of like double hazard removal options, which would be good for him because I have a lot of hazard setters and I typically been playing a hazard stacking strategy. So the threats that I'm really concerned with on his team are specifically Keldeo and Tornadus. Tornadus, as Ultra Player, has done all the calcs for me once again. Definitely check him out. His link will be in the description down below. Dude is a mastermind of the league format. Tornadus two-shots, I think most of my team, barring some of my new pickups. That being said, we have 2 new members on the squad this week that we'll break down in just a minute. And we got rid of the old 2 new members to pick them up because the old 2 new members were not cutting it. Anyways, okay, so the Tornadus and the Keldeo. The Keldeo also 2-shots, I think, most of my team. Both of those naturally outspeed almost my entire team, barring Rain Sweepers, and they both hit like trucks. And on top of this, the Tornadus is really good because I'm setting up the rain. If I'm setting up the rain, that means its hurricanes are going to be 100% accurate, which means I'm going to have to play around that. I need the rain up to make sure its heat waves are decreased in power, but at the same time, that makes its hurricanes 100% accurate, which is awful for me. The Mega Glalie, the Scizor, I'm not too terribly worried about. I think I have them covered reasonably well. The Tapu Lele, as always, is a terrifying Pokemon. It can be run as the Psyche MZ set, it can be run with Choice Scarf, and it's almost always going to chunk or kill a member. It's gonna take a soul with it almost every time. My plan is to hopefully have Rain Up and just knock it out, because with Rain Up, I'm pretty sure that the Rain Sweeper I'm bringing this week, which we'll get into in just a minute, it's almost a clean one-shot after rocks. I think it's like a 97% chance, give or take. Other than that, the Porygon 2 is incredibly bulky. We're tweaking some of our sets a little bit to maybe deal with it. I'm not too terribly worried about it, but at the same time, I could see myself getting stalled out by it pretty easily. Okay, so let's get into the team we're gonna be bringing. We're gonna be bringing another support Clefable. Shock, surprise, surprise. Fairy Tail has been here every week. Fairy Tail might be my favorite, my favorite member of the team right now. I just think it does so much. I've never played Clefable in this way. I just haven't. And this like Wish pivot set, I think has been really pivotal. This pivot set has been really pivotal to my success these past few weeks. Oh, I need a drink. Whew. Okay. So Fairy Tail set specifically is going to be Moonblast, Thunderwave, Wish, Stealth Rock. We're probably going to lead this Fairy Tail. It's typically what happens. I almost never go into a week and think like, wow, Fairy Tail's a bad lead here. And we're just going to try and get those rocks as soon as possible because I'm pretty sure he's going to have 1 or 2 hazard removers. So that kind of forces his hand early on. The fact that his Tornadus and his Glalie are both hurt by rocks means that I need to get them up as soon as possible. They're going to be really big in making sure that this match is mine. We're bringing Thunderwave this week because it shuts down a lot of his faster threats. Like I said earlier, Keldeo and Tornadus both just naturally outspeed my team barring Rain Sweepers. So Thunderwave really helps me shut those sweepers down and make them much more easier to manage. The next Pokemon we're going to be bringing is Phantom. This is a new pickup this week. Okay, so hear me out. We picked up Heliolisk in like week 2 or 3. I'm not entirely sure. We've been waiting ever since we picked up Heliolisk and Celebi to sort of get rid of Heliolisk and Celebi, because I think getting rid of Metagross for Celebi was a pretty poor decision, but I didn't just want to pick Metagross up again because there was a better option open. This is what's replacing Heliolisk. I know it doesn't synergize with Rain as well, but it gives me something that is immune to ground type attacks, even though its ability is mostly pointless. Just not even mostly. Its ability, this is the worst ability Pokemon combination in the game, but it's still a really good defensive Pokemon. It has good offensive stats. It's good as a pivot. It gives me more Volt Switch options. It has a flying type stab, which is good here because it's really good against the Keldeo. It's really good against the Serena. It's good against a lot of Mars's team. So we snagged this for this week. We're bringing an Assault Vest set, so it's going to be able to take hits from the Keldeo, it's going to be able to take hits from the Tornadus, it's going to be able to take hits from the Tapu Lele, and it's going to be able to hurt the first two a lot. I kind of wish I was not bringing Assault Vest so I could just slap on Leftovers and Will-O-Wisp, but Assault Vest gives that extra special bulk without having to sacrifice any offensive presence. The team in general this week is just bulky offense. Moving on, we're going to bring 1111, the Jirachi. I think this nickname is incredibly cute. Other than that, this is what we replace Celebi with. Jirachi is just 100% the better Pixie Pokemon in the scenario. I think Jirachi is a fantastic pickup here. It replaces Metagross comfortably. It also deals with Tapu Lele. It deals with Keldeo. It deals with Glalie. It can take hits from Tornadus. It can deal with Scissor. It's not super effective at dealing with Porygon 2, but at the very least, it's always gonna outspeed and be able to like Iron Head flinch stall it out if I have to resort to that. I think Jirachi is one of the better Pokemon in League format. It's very versatile. It does a lot. Coupling Jirachi with the paralysis that I'm bringing with Clefable this week has potential to just absolutely decimate teams in general. I think it's a really good strategy, and this is what we're doing. I think Jirachi is fantastic. I'm so incredibly happy that I got to pick it up. I think it is, again, one of the best Pokemon in this format, and it just kind of mops up Mars's team. There's not really a single Pokemon on Mars's team that I'm afraid of with Jirachi. All right, so the rain sweep for this week again is going to be Phelps. Phelps hasn't done much yet. Since we've got our Mega has not had a chance to really show its true potential. I don't know if that means that I probably should have drafted a different Pokemon, like maybe I should have picked up Mega Gyarados instead of Mega Swampert. I don't know. I think that Mega Swampert is kind of bananas good on this team. I just haven't had a chance to really use it well, and I haven't played it the best, and it's been prepared for the matches that I've brought it. I'm assuming that Phelps will do a lot more than Kingdra will to Mars's team, and we're just gonna roll with that. We're bringing Waterfall, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Power Up Punch. Again, the Power Up Punch is just to kind of like make it so that we can break through my opponent's entire team after getting a boost or two. It's also really good against the Porygon 2. It dodges any Thunder Wave shenanigans, and the only thing we really have to worry about is a Scald Burn from the Keldeo as far as I'm concerned. So look forward to Swampert taking lives this week, because I'm assuming it's going to. I'm hoping it's going to. I really need this thing to start doing something other than coming in and just getting washed. We're bringing Raid the Fortress. This is a very similar set to the set we brought last week. In fact, I think it's the exact same set. This has just been 100% our best physically defensive option each week, coupling it with Garchomp on a couple weeks for physical defense. This thing's a monster. I don't think I've ever really appreciated Fortress as much as I appreciate it right now. Raid always comes in. It's really reliable at setting up spikes. It's really reliable at removing hazards. Gyro Ball chunks for massive amounts of damage, and looking at this team specifically, I think Gyro Ball can probably do a ton to Tornadus and Mega Glalie and Tapu Lele and not get one shot by any of them, especially with Sturdy Up, because it's actually impossible. Other than that, it gives us this Volt Switch initiative, and I just think this Pokemon is perfect in almost every scenario. I don't foresee a week where I don't bring it, but if it happens, you got me? I don't know. The last Pokemon we're bringing this week is going to be Lotus the Pelipper. This is the standard Pelipper we've been bringing. It's mixed bulk. Instead of Scald this week, we're bringing Knockoff, because being able to knock off the Eviolite from the Porygon 2 would be super clutch, and I think that would be almost guaranteed his dedicated switch into Pelipper the first time around. Okay, so this is the team we're bringing this week. Let me know what you think. I don't think there's going to be EV spreads listed over here like there has been in past weeks. That's not because I don't want you to know. It's just because I don't really have time to do that this week. I'm kind of on a time crunch. I'm going out of town really soon. So we're just getting this video out very quick. I want you to be able to look at the team before you watch the battle tomorrow. Go ahead and let me know what your favorite member of this week's team is in the comment section down below. But other than that, guys, if you've enjoyed this video and you're super psyched for the match tomorrow and you think we're gonna snag that clean victory, please go ahead and leave a like on this video. It means the absolute most to me. It lets me know that you're enjoying this content. It lets me know that you're enjoying this league format. If you're new here, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, because realistically, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna see my face a little bit more often. And let's be serious, that's a great thing, especially with all this fantastic content we're putting out over the summer. But that being said, I'm kind of done here, guys, and I gotta leave. Bye.